Balance.
So yeah, let's start it up. Let's do it.
Balance in an FFG system? Impossible.
Well, I mean, it's designed by professionals, right?
Why is it
So
that
is the
I'm
system.
always rolling dark side? Can I at least get a light side? Come on, people.
No,
Jim.
you're not allowed to have light side. That's how it works. I actually made a backdoor deal with the bot.
You say it's balanced, but also we have FFG crafting.
Okay, so
You make a
Viva,
good
Movisis,
You have no idea, with me as a game master for a Star Wars game, how I'm trying to figure out how the fuck the crafting rules work so that our gearhead doesn't get out of fucking control. Anyway.
Well, they're designed for the gearhead to get out.
Yeah, so Spark, roll for your... Yeah, oh, okay. That's good. That's better now. We have some light side. That's better.
Oh, why can't we have all dark side?
Because I rolled 2 dark side.
I know.
Well, I mean,
Well,
you guys have about 40 XP on the content we're gonna be messing with, so
I am very aggressive as a game master. I always use the dark side points when I have the chance, and then like I just at the end of the game, they're all light side, and I'm like, why have my players not used these? Why can't we just play tug of war? This is where the fun begins.
Well, I mean, I'll kind of have to because the content's a little low level for you guys, so I'm gonna be.
I see.
I'm glad you rolled like this because it'll make things more interesting.
Yeah, and don't forget, I do believe Riva in the assassin tree. I am thinking, that she has, that they have. Sorry, where was it? Here we go. If we go into, yeah, I actually can't check, but basically it's basically a thing where if you hit someone, you could spend a light side point to deal extra damage equal to their agility. I can't remember the talent it is, but it requires a light side point.
It's pretty powerful.
Wrong tree, my dude.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the bounty hunter, not, you know, your tree. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
Imagine hunting bounties. Why not just be an old soldier with PTSD?
Okay, so I'm going to be lazy, and I'm just going to put this up.
Fantastic. You're supposed to be. If you're
Yeah.
working as a game master, you're doing something.
In game chat, I'm putting in a link. That's just if you want music.
Who needs music?
Music.
Well, why can't we use the music in here? It's pretty good.
Well, because that's the official Star Wars music.
Okay, so...
So I haven't downloaded it yet, and I don't want to do it. So if you want it, get it. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll start reading the
It does make me sad that they shut down Rhythm Bot. It was such a good one. Rest in peace.
Yeah, okay. So, let's start it up. So... Oh.
Well, I'll give you 15 seconds.
I never thought I was going to work at Amazon, but I needed a job to support my family. They had one, and I took it.
Freaking ads. Freaking ads.
Okay, tell me when your ads are over.
Yeah, freaking... Now it's YouTube music, which I don't like. I don't like that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You don't have to listen to it if you don't want to.
I know, it's just like the music here was pretty good. I mean, like...
Well, tell me when you're ready, man.
Well, I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's do it.
It is a dark time in the galaxy. The Jedi Order has been destroyed, and knowledge of the Force is all but lost. Only a handful of people sensitive to the Force remain, scattered across the stars, ignorant of their destiny. Humble scholar Heathen Romond has preserved a fragment of the heritage of the Jedi. Traveling the galaxy, Romond stumbled across a number of people still strong in the Force and offered them what wisdom she could. Now Romond has disappeared, captured by a servant of the dark side. Compelled by this servant to lead him to a lost temple rich in ancient knowledge, Romond has sent a signal to several of the Force-sensitive allies she has made over the course of her career. Drawn together to rescue their mentor, these Force sensitives now climb the snow-clad slopes of Mount Telek on the outer rim planet of Spentir. So that assumes a bunch of shit that hasn't quite happened yet, because we're jury-rigging this into an existing campaign. But figured we'll get the mood set. It as like the sun is coming up and you can see it from your dry dock on the upper part of the planet. Obi-Wan, who normally is hiding in the back of the ship, is in the front, as if waiting for crew members. His eyes are red with lack of sleep. So who's waking up first?
Reina.
Suppose Liam will wake up as well.
Spark is sleeping.
Okay,
Morvis, Morvis would also wake up, but mostly trying to get food for breakfast and probably leave a plate for Zessus. For Zessus is probably just gonna sleep in like always.
Okay, well, Arena said it first, so as Arena walks onto the bridge, Obi-Wan immediately looks up and says, "We have trouble."
What sort of trouble?
The young woman I was hoping to hide your son with, when I reached out to contact her, I received no response. This is not common for the young woman I'm talking about. She's very punctual. I stayed up all night communing with what few allies we have in the galaxy, and I heard that a former auxiliary corps Jedi who served in the archives, Ethan Romand, disappeared, and then I remembered that having seen so much struggle, young Ahsoka had gone to stay and learn under her. I think that we need to make our way to the planet of Spentir before we travel to Alderaan.
But how are we going to get clearance off of this rock?
Well, my understanding is that you already have in the works deal to deliver some supplies. So we meet with the Blue Bloods on their ship and act very convincing, and then we're free to go where we need to go. I think our first stop needs to be here because I owe you what I offered you, and Romand has in her care many dangerous parts of the old archives that we can't have appear in the wrong hands.
True, and well, I do not much want to be anywhere near that thing with Nikolai. Arena is mentioning the Death Star.
Well, maybe we have Nikolai stay on the surface for whatever negotiations are taking place there.
True. I just worry that if they see him, well, there are very few who his father could be.
One of the skills I did not study at all in the temple, but I found to be the most important, and one that I am rather proud of, is the ability to wander around with a child at my hip, and no one seems to notice. I can make sure no questions are asked for the day when you go up to meet with them.
Wonderful. I'll make sure you have his favorite books.
And if you want, I could find someone who has too many credits for their own well-being and have them make a donation to a fund to house the child and myself quietly while we deal with this bit of unpleasantness.
Oh, wonderful. Now that's a perfect idea.
Another skill that was not taught to me in the temple.
Well, many skills that we find most useful aren't taught.
Indeed.
I learned the art of war on my own.
Good book.
That's interesting. It's usually war that all of our teachers are all too ready to instruct us in the matters of.
Well, my schooling at a young age was not entirely conventional.
Oh, I gathered that.
Don't often speak of it, but I have no parents to speak of. Well, none that I know of. I raised myself in a library. All the knowledge of the galaxy at my fingertips. Sometimes I wish I never left.
If I'm right and it's not too late, you will find another great library at your fingertips.
Wonderful. There is much I've yet to learn.
So do we rouse the others, or I don't want to wear up my welcome on this wonderful ship of yours?
You just see, coming through the doorway, you see Morbis holding, like, a type of cup and everything, and she just... Am I interrupting something? Because I just came to, run the diagnostics of the, flight systems before, I go tend to other things. I could come back later, and she's about to step out.
You have an extra calf?
Please come in. I have reason and communication that lead me to believe an ally of ours needs our help.
She comes in and say, "Okay, tell us what we know," as she sips the cup of what assumes to be space coffee.
Oh shit, space coffee?
Yes, space coffee. I don't know.
It's calf!
Motherfucking space coffee, my guy!
I don't know if there's coffee in Star Wars. They don't say that.
It's called calf.
Yeah, I think it's called, like, calf or something.
And
well, whatever.
Ask if you have any extra.
I then say there should be in the cafeteria section of the ship. I don't know.
We're going to need flight clearance. This is pretty far out there.
And I say,
Remember...
where exactly? I say as I turn up the astrogation charts on the I guess on the holographic map in the whatchamacallit, the bridge. Oh my god. Sorry, my mind is not here, guys, right now. Sorry.
It's all that space coffee. You've had too much.
Yeah, you're worse than me right now, and like I had fucking half wine, half vodka like a few hours ago.
Oh my god.
That sounds like my kind of night.
It was a good time.
What's the word? The maritime world of Spentier, you'll find it's in kind of the old imperial space, galactic northwest. A archivist of the order retreated there with some promising students to try to have a backup plan if indeed the order was destroyed. One of her enforcers, so to speak, is an old Padawan of a pupil of mine, and who I intended to care for the child.
I see. Could I make a astrogation chart? Astrogation check to see if I know the best ways to get there, if we get clearance. Could I do that?
You may.
Don't we have a guy for this?
You do have like a navigator, but he's not out. He's not like up. Or
We can
chilling.
probably
wake him
sleeps
up.
late. He's a big guy. Probably sleeps 12 hours a day.
What's the difficulty?
Don't we all though? No, I'm kidding.
It's a little known outer rim planet. So 3 difficulty for outer rim, setback for it really not producing anything of note.
Okay. Again, I am making a astrogation check.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
You find it, but when you set routes to it, it keeps coming up as inefficient route, and it's like frustrating because there is no efficient route. This is like really far away, and it requires 5 hyperlane changeovers.
Good news, it is possible to get there. Bad news, it could take some time, judging on the amount of changes to hyperlanes that we must do. But it is possible, if we get the clearance.
Then we need to work on getting that clearance, don't we?
Indeed. Go see if our new navigator is up. I would need his skills. And I also turn to Reva and say, I would also need you as well, since we do need to give a valid reason to get ready to leave the planet. We do have to pick up the supplies, yes, but we need to give them a valid reason why we have to leave the system as well.
Miss Weaver, at your leave, I would like to leave the vessel and begin searching for an official whose wealth, so long as it remains in his pocket, only causes harm for others.
Very well.
Raises an eyebrow. Well, it is good that you agree. And he turns back to Weaver and again says, "At your leave, ma'am."
Waver's like kinda gives a Morvistus would recognize that as an old Imperial salute.
Yep, I would recognize that.
Obi-Wan does not recognize it and kind of tilts his head a little bit.
Sorry, old habit.
I suppose
At your
that-
leave.
Well, what I would recommend is if you would to spend time with the child. Do so.
Time for baby!
And he heads off the ship. To
An
go-
important thing about,
to make morally questionable uses of mind control.
yes!
I'm sorry, what?
He's basically gonna like swindle somebody with like Jedi mind tricks to get enough money to put the kid up for like a couple months while you guys sort this out, so there's a safe place for the child to go long term.
Well, there is also, Bran's mother. We could leave the kid there.
But Bran's mother might end up with a cool new house.
Yeah, you can leave the kid with Brand's mother, but he's still gonna try to get you guys like a ritzy apartment for a couple months, you know.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have a cool house.
Alright.
So it's like super safe, and you're not on the Undercity.
Yeah.
This child is only 2 years old. Now it is time to bother the kid. This is probably up because small children wake up early.
I assume you guys have the ship kind of child-proofed, like you can't go wandering into the reactor or something.
Yeah. Only people with access codes can get inside the reactor. That's something we did.
Alright, so then he's like in a common rec room, surrounded by private bunks.
Yeah.
Private bunk rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Easy Pete's in pajamas with like... I mean, why were you even gonna fucking like try to make this guy a serious character? He's got pajamas and they have little rocket ships, each wearing cowboy hats.
I love
Of course.
And
Okay.
they're like playing space checkers.
Okay, Morvis is... Actually, how early in the morning is it on Terrace?
We're not on Terrace anymore, boy. We're in the spaceship.
which is on Terrace.
Is
Yeah.
it still on Terrace? I thought we were already like. in
Yeah,
orbit
we
or
were still
something.
on Terrace.
Oh.
You don't have flight clearance yet. We're working on that.
Yeah.
Oh. I see.
Yeah. So basically, I wanted to ask, what time is it? Because if so, I would like to contact Lieutenant Commander Hunter to see if we could, move up the, transportation of the items, to the Death Star.
It is 6:11.
Okay. So, I'm just not going to send him an exact hollow message call, but instead a transmission text saying that, hey, please get back to me. I would like to discuss if we can get the supplies ready for transport to your space station. Please contact me when you are able. And I send the transmission to him so he could see it whenever he could see it when he wakes up.
You do get like a courtesy like reply by an automated system saying that it's not business hours yet, but they'll call you back as soon as business opens.
It's not business hours. Fantastic.
Son of a... whatever.
Well, I mean, if I'm not using the clock to do stuff like that, more immersion there.
It's fine, it's fine.
And it like restates that the office is open at 9 in the morning.
Copy. So instead, Morvis is just gonna monitor the flight control, see if there's any issues, and as soon as that's done, she's then gonna go wander the ship.
Oh boy.
Well, it's hot today. It's like 46 degrees Celsius, so that's like
I was gonna say, wait.
100 and something. So, could Arena give me a discipline check? 3 purple, 1 black.
Fucking ha.
Okay, well, it appears that your child is just beating Easy Pete. You're surprised at this. You thought he was really smart, but your child is just creaming him at this game.
Arena is not surprised.
Oh, you must be real gifted. Child's still kind of shy and just kind of blushes a little bit. And he sets the game up again. Makes stupid mistakes.
Arena is going to kind of sit next to him and very quietly ask him how his morning's been in Cybisti, because, you know, this kid's gonna end up knowing like 5 separate languages.
Oh, I met this weird guy here. I think he's really nice. Is it okay I'm playing games with him?
Arena will, of course, say yes, and because kind of like encouraging him to make friends.
He smiles and is like, "That's good, cause I win all the time when I play him. I just can't stack up to you, little partner." No, wait, that's in a different language, so...
Yeah.
Instead of, "Yeah, I can't stack up to you, little partner," the next time he loses, he's like, "I just can't keep up with you, little partner." So it all fits.
Arena's gonna laugh a little before ruffling his hair and wrapping a little blanket around him, because it must be cold.
A little chilly. The atmospherics are kind of turned down the low. But I mean, it's thankfully quite chilly. Thankfully, it's a little chilly as opposed to like readings outside, or that it's going to be a hell of a hot day.
Yeah, Raina's not looking forward to going outside, considering what she has to wear.
Some of the mouse droids on the
Sure.
the mouse droids like on the ship are all on the transparent aluminum trying to clear off condensation, and it's kind of a losing battle because the inside of the ship's about 60 degrees Fahrenheit and the outside's about 104 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oof.
Arena's
Yeah.
gonna ask if Nikolai would like to learn Dajaric at some point.
I'm not sure what that means, I'm sorry.
Space chess!
Oh yeah, I'd like to learn how to do that. That'd be great.
That'd be fantastic.
So Liam and Spark, do we want to roleplay how you get involved, or just kind of have that fall to the side?
I'm just gonna assume that Liam just sort of overheard everything, and he just kind of tends to roll with the group.
Okay. But what about Spark? Spark is the pupil of the person who's setting up the mission. Are you with us, Felicity?
You are muted.
She's AFK.
Okay, yeah, in the thing she says, assume that Spark is just snoring in the other room. Got it.
Okay, so, yeah, I mean, do we want to skip 3 hours and you get your call back? Or
Yeah.
anything you want to use those 3 hours for?
Well, exactly where is the ship docked, exactly?
You're dry docked in the upper city, which is a good 2 kilometers above the surface. So, like, up in the sky, and the air's kind of thin up here.
But this is the upper city, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, you haven't seen the sunrise in a long time. And it's beautiful and intense and weird.
Yeah. Movesis is actually wanting to go and probably explore the upper city as much as she can, with still staying within range of the ship. So basically, I guess checking out the port, town of the upper city, I guess.
Okay. So, Upper Terraslor is a bunch of vendors like hawking stuff. Stuff like, oh, we brought this from this planet, we brought this from this planet. It's not as busy as you would expect, and then you remember the planet's kind of on pseudo lockdown, so it's surprising it's as busy as it is. There's something you're looking for?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're in the upper city, the rarity would go down 1, so you'd be looking at rarity even instead of rarity +1.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna check something on my lucky light repeating blaster, because I need to check because it has 3 hard points, correct? And I only have 2 hard points for that, correct?
I think there's a handful of mods on it. You have 1 of 3 hard points remaining.
Okay.
Because you have a multi-optic sight and a lightweight frame. And
Yeah,
so
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I have a multi-optic sight. What about this one? This one has also... Okay, I'm gonna look for another multi-optic sight, and... What does that, What does the lightweight frame do again? I forgot what it does. Hang on.
Reduces weight and bulk of ranged weapons. Specifically, makes them easier to handle. It removes a level of... It decreases encumbrance of the weapon by 1.
Okay, but since the encumbrance of my other blaster pistol is 1, and since this is like the regular blaster pistol, like the Blast Tech or like DH-17 or something, or whatever. Like this was the blaster pistol that we got way in the beginning when we went into the Ender Spire to clear out the thing, correct? So I don't know what design it is, but I'm gonna say it's like the Rebels. Like those are the ones that the Rebels use, I guess. I don't know. Correct?
Sure.
Okay. I'm just assuming that, so... because I am going to try to look for a multi-optic sight for this blaster pistol, so that's what I'm going to look for.
Hang on. Find the shop I just moved.
I want to look for attachments, filter, multi.
Hang on. Get this multi-optic sight turn this in here.
Basically 2000. It's rarity 3. It requires 1 hard point, so...
Okay, so... I'm going to... Can I just do this? How do I share this with? Do you have in, like, Actors Haldor Vaughn Spice Runner?
No. Why?
Because I made a store.
Oh, in the Oh, in actor is it item attachments? Okay.
He's not in any other folders. He's in actors.
Oh.
You don't see it.
No. Hang on. I see GB2A actors. But I'm looking where it says item and like there's item attachments and everything. So it's
Well, leave the item attachments. Go to the actors.
yeah, I see multi-optic thing, so I see it. I see it in the thing here. Talks about what it does.
What do you mean by the thing?
Okay, when
Are you looking? Did the shop I made show up?
Oh, the shop.
I made a shop. It's in actors. It's called Halder von Spice Runner.
Hang on. In actors?
Did I miss anything while I was away?
No.
I asked if you wanted to,
Damn it.
if you wanted to roleplay how you got involved in this, hunting down this like librarian.
Oh, Arkham still sleeping with someone like explicitly wakes her up.
I don't.
See it? If you don't see it, that's okay.
I don't see it. I don't see it. Because I only see like there's actor item and everything, and I only say JB2A actors and everything.
And it won't let me put it in the damn folder. So what the fuck? Why don't I share this with people? Configure permissions. Okay. Now I'll check again to tell me if you see it.
In the
Actors at the very
compendium packs, correct?
bottom. No. Actor directory. Very bottom of the actor directory. Like
Oh, okay, yeah. Now I see it. Now I see it. Thank you. Now I see it.
Okay.
I didn't see it, so now I see it.
You should be able. This is. I randomly generated other shit he had, but that thing you were looking for was easy to find, so I dropped it in there. Yeah, those are all of his default asking prices for everything.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to get the multi-optic sight. So since it's easier to find, so I'm gonna pay the $2,000, 2,000 credits, and that's gonna come out of the crew fund, if that's okay. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure, I guess.
Okay.
Alright, so see if you can drag the multi-optic sight from there to whatever to like your character sheet.
Okay, so you mean like I open up the thing to the blaster pistol and see if I could drag it into the thing?
Don't drag it in a blast pistol yet. You have to get it installed. See if you can open up your character sheet and put it in your inventory.
Okay. Okay, it says into gear, so... Nope, I can't.
Okay, now try to see if you can drag it on the piece of equipment.
Okay, so I want to edit this, put it into attachments. I can't.
Like, what the fuck is the purpose of this damn thing? Let me see if I can figure this out. Because there's got to be a purpose. It said it's got a store creator, so there's got to be a purpose for the store creator, right?
Yeah.
That's what they'd like you to believe. It's not really meant for what it's actually meant for.
Okay, what are you wanting to install this on?
Okay, I want to install it on the blaster pistol. That the other blaster pistol that I have in my weapons and everything that I got, which I am going to assume is the Blastech DH-17 blaster.
Alright, well, I guess you buy it and just make an entry somewhere in your gear that you have a multi-optic sight.
I don't know how to put that in, sadly.
Might have to put it in your biography temporarily. I have a multi-optic sight on me.
Yeah, I put that in my off notes and everything. So yeah, one multi-optic sight. So I'm good. That's good. So yeah, I have that. So I guess when I'm done, I'll probably get back to the ship and then I would see if I could try to install it, but that's what I'm gonna spend. So I'm gonna spend my time shopping, looking around, seeing what's new, and then return to the ship when it's time to do. So I'm basically spending my time searching the port. That's what I'm spending my entirety until it's 9 o'clock in the game, until I can message that person again.
You sure you don't want this all-terrain exploration droid? It's mint condition from Cybot Galactica. Only 8,900.
Oh, okay, hang on. You're now giving me freaking great. I'm looking at what it says. So the ATEDs are very popular in the Outer Rim. Aren't these supposed to be Imperial issued?
Yeah, it's Imperial, and you haven't asked him where.
You don't have to worry about the.
You haven't asked him where you got his stuff. He hadn't mentioned it.
So yeah, I didn't say. Where did you get this? Isn't this Imperial issued?
Oh, sometimes people sign forms and didn't really read them. Don't worry, all the serial numbers are filed off.
Fantastic.
Lovely.
My fucking favorite. I love it when people can't. I love it when people can't trace my illicit purchases.
This is top of the line tech here.
Okay. Morvis is going to try to negotiate for the price to be down a bit. I'm going to try to negotiate that. So I have to make a negotiation roll, correct?
Okay, we'll say his negotiation be his presence, so it'll be difficulty 3 with 1 red.
Copy.
Because he's a merchant, so he'll have 1 yellow, 3 green.
Okay, and I'm going to spend...
Or 1 yellow, 2 green.
I'm going to spend 1 destiny point to turn 1 of that yellow, if that's okay.
Alright guys, do whatever you want.
Buying shit he wasn't even looking for.
Well, I'm saying if this thing is gonna be perfect, I mean, well, that is just amazing.
This was a waste of an endeavor.
That is a complete wash. You can escalate it by increasing both your skill and by upgrading both sides of the check. You can roll again.
Okay, meaning, how do I escalate?
You upgrade your side and the bad side. You upgrade the difficulty and the proficiency.
Okay, so that means it's going to be 2 reds and 2 purple, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, and that means it's going to be 1 yellow and 2 green.
No, wait. No. You rolled too many purples. It's two reds and 1 purple and 2 yellow and 1 green.
Okay, wait.
My bad.
Wait, okay. Oh my god. Okay, you confused
We accidentally rolled too many dice, but if you want to escalate it, you
okay, wait. So the roll was not correct.
Yeah, but it would have still been a wash. Because that was a threat. So
okay.
You'd roll 1 yellow, 2 green, or no, 2 yellow, 1 green, 2 red, 1 purple.
Okay, so 2 yellow, 1 green, 2 red, and 1 purple.
Yes.
Okay.
You're escalating the check.
Okay. I can't get a break, can I?
Look, I'm sorry, I really can't come down on this one. Like I said, we got this from the Imperial Navy itself. What was that you got from the Imperial Navy? Oh shit! And he starts like
What a fucking idiot.
He's like he closes the window on his data pad as an Imperial naval officer walks around. What is it we're purchasing here?
Oh.
As soon as the door kind of like the window starts close, I just say, well, that seems a bit legit. I turn to the naval officer. I was simply purchasing something from this store owner. Seemed legit until I found out that he has something in stock. I wanted to inquire more about it, but it turns out that he did get it from the Imperial Navy. However, I am not entirely certain if it was legit.
Roll a charm check. 1 red, 1 purple for difficulty.
Okay, let me find my charm. I need to find... Okay, so it's 1 red, 1 purple, correct?
Yep.
Hang on, let me check. Any, drawbacks?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
He kind of rubs his chin. Says, well, thank you for your candor, but I'll need to inspect whatever you purchased here. Please wait just a moment. And he turns to the guy. So you can wait just a moment. As he responded, you got kind of a warm feeling like he really doesn't want to file any more paperwork than he needs to.
Yeah.
But he did say he needs to patch you down. So, are you gonna take off while he's not looking, or wait?
I'm going to wait, because if I run, then it's going to cause more problems. So I'm just going to run. I'm not run, I'm going to wait. I'm basically going to, like, lean against, like, a beam and just wait for him.
Okay, so after he's done, you know, he ends up calling some grunts from one of the docked cruisers to take this guy into custody for stealing stuff. And so that merchant is no longer available.
I am sorry. I'm just trying to play world this. I'm sorry.
It was you saw how fast I made it. It wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
So they take him up and they're digging through his stuff, and he turns to you. So, what is it? What did you purchase here? I'm seeing on his data pad a recent transaction of 2,000 credits.
I rifle through the bag that I have, and I show him the multi-optic sight that I recently just purchased, and I hand it to him. This is what I purchased from him. Was it stolen?
He takes a look at it. This is Imperial issue, however. You've done us a service, and you really didn't do anything wrong. Just keep your nose clean and check who you're doing business with in the future, and he hands it back to you.
Okay, and I say...
A slap on the wrist.
A what?
It's a slap on the wrist.
Oh. Okay. Well, with that, I'm gonna leave and head back to the ship. So that means they did that, so that is gonna be 2,000 minus from the 95,000.
Oh, before you leave, he does recommend you if you want, we can reissue the serial number and make it legitimately owned by you. The way it's set up now, if it gets inspected, it's going to look suspicious.
Okay, so yeah, I do that.
Okay, well, he does it, and he's like, well, you spend money on it. We'll just take that money and refurbish a new one. It's not a big deal. Thank you for being honest.
Yeah. So
Have a
that's...
nice day.
Yeah, so then that's that. I head back to the ship. as I am going to try to have this thing installed on the other blaster pistol. So, yeah. Do I have to make a mechanics roll for that?
It's an easy mechanics check to install it. It's not a complex mod.
Okay, so it's 1 purple.
Yeah.
Alright.
You can just take a strain. It's fine. You can, no problem.
Yep, I took a strain. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll just wait until you put that onto the thing.
So does anyone go wake up Spark to say, hey, we have a mission, or what?
Yeah, I'll go do that. So yeah, Liam is just gonna walk into wherever Spark is sleeping, and he'll just like flutter the lights, be like, "Hey, Spark, we got something to do."
Spark kind of groans as she wakes up. Couldn't have let me sleep another hour or so?
Trust me, all of us want to do that, but you know how it is.
She lets out a sigh before standing up and doing a quick stretch. Well, I suppose I got enough sleep for now.
Yeah, I suppose so. As they say, up and at 'em, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
And
She'll follow him out of the room.
yeah, Liam will go to the bridge, awaiting further instructions.
Well, Obi-Wan's gone. It's up to y'all to go through with each other what the mission is now.
That's right. Yeah.
So where'd the old man go?
I guess he's there to protect, hold on. Irene and his kid in some off-world place. Or some fancy estate to keep him out of trouble. As for right now, I suppose we have to help his contact, who he believes is in trouble.
Are we getting paid for this?
Well, he kind of likes an answer. He's like, you could always take shit from the people we're attacking.
Good enough for me.
I had to pick a Force and Destiny mission. They don't offer money. Sorry.
No, I figured as much.
They're all
I mean,
about
Liam-
mysteries of the Force and learning.
I mean, Liam gave the best answer he could. You just leave the shit off the people you attack. And sell it.
Hey, a girl's gotta make a living somehow.
Exactly.
Oh, about 9:30, 9:40 in the morning, you do get a call back from the office. It's a different ensign, an ensign Velor. Hey, we've got a shipment of planetary algae. We also have in there some of the tools that have been made from off-world materials, medical supplies, primarily nullicane, and some back to tank wiring and component parts. We're ready to deliver it all sealed to you. We have trade arrangements with Ord Mantell for a tonnage of food that'll keep the sector fed for the next 6 months. You ready for us to make that on board?
I then say, before I respond, and say, is the old man off the ship?
Yes.
Okay. I calm and I say, yes, you may begin your loading process to the ship.
Excellent. We'll be there within the hour. I will have Lieutenant Dorn, who is air traffic control, contact you roughly 10 minutes after we set off. We should be loading around the time that contact is made. We'll make arrangements for takeoff and coordination with other vessels.
Excellent.
Watch us just spend a lot of time because people go shopping and get caught by the Imperial Navy. Watch us just spend all night fucking around, which is fine.
I mean, that's the plan, right?
That's kind of what this game's about. And
Look,
then we have an adventure hook for later, whatever.
Exactly. See, you're getting it now.
Well, I mean, Morvis went out doing that in the morning, early morning, and everything. So
we are not here to follow the adventure. The adventure is here to follow us. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
While all this is happening, Arena has taken the small child, brought him into her room, and is attempting, because this child is going to grow up knowing so many languages, telling him some old folklore in a mix of Saibisti and Chun, which Arena knows for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah, I can't fathom what that reason could possibly be.
Yeah, me either.
Such a mystery. The galaxy will never know.
It's back to so yeah, they start boarding. Kids safely kept away. So if there happens to be SIS agents who are trained to sense shit, they don't notice it. But there aren't. It's just a bunch of enlisted people.
This game is just going to devolve into the Mandalorian, where everybody's like, "Let me see the child." Anyway,
it's been about. It takes them about 30 minutes to get everything loaded on there. You get a call 5 minutes into them loading, and it's just real by the book. Young woman's telling you, here are all of the planetary trajectories. If you will turn on your astrogation computer and set it onto public mode, we can program a preset path for leaving orbit that will keep you with 120 kilometers outside flight paths of others, etc., etc. Just a bunch of airport talk, right?
I say yes. That would
your
be
hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times.
Yeah,
basically the air traffic controllers organizing how you're going to take off from the planet, and then they do remind you at the end. Now, once you get into upper orbit, you are expected on DS1. Moff Tarkin has told me that this is not going to be long. He understands that you are feeding many citizens of the Empire, but please don't break rank from that. That'll be seen as highly irregular.
Otherwise known as treason.
I say understood. We will get it done.
So they're getting the last of the shipment in when finally Weeva gets a phone call saying, all right, when you're right before you leave, meet me at the Weighted Chance Cube. It's a casino on Hydra Way, about half a kilometer from where you're docked. I've got a penthouse suite set up for the next 3 months.
Hell yeah. Arena will give an affirmative before telling Nikolai, you hear that? You're gonna be in a fancy house for the next 3 months. We'll get to be off of a ship.
But why can't I come on the spaceship with you?
Well, your mom doesn't want you getting hurt.
Oh, you gonna get shot at?
Well, you never know in space.
Well, don't get shot at.
Seems vaguely threatening. You never know in space.
Well, I'm trying. You know me.
Is the old man okay? He seems kind of weird. Like he talks to himself.
Well, have you ever been around me when I'm trying to think of, when I'm trying to do the astrogation on your auntie's ship?
Yeah.
And I'm talking to myself all the time.
Yeah, but
Just
it's
like
different.
that.
It's different. It's different. It's not like he's trying to do his times tables. It's like he's talking to people who aren't there. It's weird, Mom. Do toddlers talk like that? They don't. I'm sorry.
He's a special toddler. The special boy. Well, he's weird in the same way your mom's weird. In the same way you're weird. Kinda chuckles a little. We're all weird.
Well, I'll talk to people who aren't here.
But Arita says, but you are too, and you can run most of the astrogation. You can navigate just about anywhere in the galaxy.
Not quite getting what you're saying. I mean, it looks apprehensive, but you know, if you trust him, okay. I just might wonder. I just might ask him who he's talking to sometime, though, because it's kind of weird.
I might tell you. Maybe, well, they are there and you just can't see them yet.
Dun, dun, dun. Because you know he's good.
You're cutting out for me.
Right? Sorry.
I can't.
I was
Yeah,
like, okay. Oh. No.
Yeah, I'm still here.
I do be alive.
Have I fixed it?
Yes.
I think.
He just kind of, he's like, okay, if you trust him, then I'll do it. I just thought he was kind of strange, but if he's strange like us, we're strange, then I guess that's okay.
Marina will kind of like ruffle his hair again. Like, yeah, like that. We each have our little, well, strangeness to us. It's what makes us us.
You know, rudely interrupted by the intercom. All right, she's filled to the brim. We went ahead and put in sundries so you don't have to shop. Crates marked UA17 are already spoken for. Crates marked VX41 are sundries for travel. Those are all yours.
I respond, thank you very much.
Thank you. You know we're not feeding the citizens here good enough. This will help. And see several people disembarking.
Imagine if actually feeding the citizens.
Yeah.
They think we're heroes. Anyway,
So yeah, do you take off and take the kid to the rooms?
Yeah, after the kid has his goggles, his little gloves, his little toddler jacket.
Okay.
And
He is thoroughly impressed with the glory of the neon glory of the Parisian casinos, and a little too impressed with the glory of the barely clad Twi'leks dancing in the middle of the room.
Raina will gently flick him on the nose.
fantastic. Learning young. Anyway,
Obi-Wan kind of shadowed in the room, gestures, and, recognizing that the child is disguised, and that is your wish for him to be kept well hidden, says a few words, says, "May the Force be with you," and makes his way to the turbo lift to their suite.
Raina looks very sad. She's smiling and kind of pulls up her goggles to give a little wink to Nikolai, but the moment she's turned away, she just looks so sad.
You get this kind of weird feeling. It's not immediate, but when you step into the much more refreshing rain of the upper city, not polluted by being recycled through air ducts for days, it's actually, the water hits your face and it's fresh and clear. At that very moment, you get this kind of weird feeling like the child is with you and can see and feel the things you do, or maybe not. There's a little bit of lightning in the sky, and the kind of feeling starts to dissipate.
Arena, kinda a little comforted, repeats the phrase "I love you" in every language she knows.
A slightly amused, but we've only just met comes through at some point.
Arena, very kind of miffed, but that was for my son. God damn it! Stop listening in.
I apologize, but so I can't say it really specifically, but you get like a kind of feeling of like remorse mixed with amusement, and kind of like, I sort of have to be here for this to work kind of feel, I'm sorry. Kind of vibe, if you will.
Alright, I will just decide, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this in a language you don't know now.
Okay, it's a few minutes before there's any more, but I do, you do feel this kind of caution that languages, once they've transmitted an idea, fall to the wayside. So yes, there are probably languages that he doesn't know that you do, but the feeling will still get through, and it's important you know that, because if you're trying to hide something from him, he doesn't want to be dishonest. You
Okay,
get this kind of
so-
earnest sorrow, like earnest sadness that he can't provide you like a private connection with the child.
Alright, now it's just kind of like, that's fine.
Yet.
Heh.
Alright, so does anyone have anything else they want to do before you take off?
nope.
Nope.
Alright, so do you follow the flight plan that's given to you?
Yes.
As you start to follow the flight plan, this is later in the day, so your crew's awake. Voss is sitting there, he's like, You know, this flight plan is meant to take us into a tractor beam range.
I then say, well, we do need to dock Wisdom. We can't exactly openly dock Wisdom.
I just didn't want there to be a surprise, that's all, sir.
Understood. It is standard protocol.
And,
Arena, like, trying to think, like, this is out of character. I'm not sure whether it's actually standard protocol, but, like, is this standard protocol?
I then say, it is, if they are trying to make sure that there is no fluctuations, yes.
Oh, I didn't work on an actual space station. I was on a ship.
So, when you enter the kind of range of the tractor beam, you get like a hail from a private, like encrypted number. Like it just looks like junk on your screen.
Okay, I access it.
This is the offices of, what the fuck is his first name? Because I know he's like overly polite.
Wilhelm?
What's his, Wilhoof, that's it. This is Wilhoof talking. I'm in command of this. Armada. It is my understanding that you have a delivery to Ord Mantell that is 3 months behind. Is that correct?
That is correct. We are taking part in doing the transportation of this, yes.
Well, very well. Let me save you some time, and we will hold off the pleasantries until you're able to return. I simply need to ask you where you found this droid, because there are other individuals that we're looking for who we would have expected to be in its care.
I then say, hang on. I say, we found it from some Ugnaught scrappers that wiped its memory core slightly. We were able to recover the data and found out about this, information about this station. I do know it is regarded as classified by the Imperial Conduct Coalition, and I just simply wish to return it to ensure that it did not fall into the wrong hands.
Alright, roll deception. Your difficulty is 4 red. However, you get 2 boosts because you explained why the data was destroyed.
Okay, what was it?
Or red. This might have been what you wanted to save your shit for.
Save
Like-
the ship for?
Is what you might have wanted to save your destiny for this. It's 4 red. So if you guys can build a better pool, if you can pull on force powers, like, is a pretty tough roll.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyone
does
got influence?
Nope.
But yeah, I mean, you can always spend destiny to try to upgrade your chances.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
And failure doesn't necessarily mean he's, oh, well, surround that vessel. That's not necessarily what's going to
Yeah.
happen. It's just,
Yeah.
does he buy it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's 4 red, correct?
Yep.
And
Can other people help? Because,
okay, hang
why
on,
not?
This is deception, so that means
Okay, well, how do you help? What do you say?
Because I have languages that Morvisis might know. Ha ha!
Okay.
Kind of slip a helpful hint of, here's how to get something past Tarkin.
okay.
Well, you do know that Tarkin has the tragic flaw of starting, like, not being quite as sharp as normal if he's flattered. So if more
Basically, like, compliment him or something like that. Here you go.
Okay, if I do this, would it change the roll?
I'll downgrade the difficulty by 1 if you throw in like a compliment.
Okay, I'll say, you know, Mr. Grand Moff Tarkin, I've only heard stories about your accomplishments. I must say, to actually meet a galactic legend, I am deeply honored to meet you. Even though it will be briefly, it is just an honor to be in the presence of you, sir.
When we reconvene, I'll make certain I earn such accolades. So yeah, you can.
Fantastic.
Okay, so I downgrade the difficulty, so that means 3 red.
3 red, 1 purple.
Jesus.
Okay, so
That is
3,
obscene.
1, and red. Okay, so this is the pool. Two yellow.
It's meant to be kind of like a group effort if people want to chime in and like help, or if they have ideas. I know it's a little hidden, but there's ways you can turn this into a reasonable role.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I can't really think of a way that I can help here.
You do recall several of his acts of heroism in the late war. Some of what his fleet did was decisive in ending that war quickly.
Who are we talking to?
Grand Moff Tarkin.
Okay, we're talking to Tark. Sorry, I thought we were talking to a lesser officer. My mistake. Well then. Sure, I'll bring up that old history. I'll just be like,
Oh, well, that wasn't a victory for one man, but for all. You may downgrade the difficulty again. That makes it either 3 red and a purple, or 2 red and... No, that makes it either 2 red, 2 purple, or 3 red. Your choice.
Should I get rid of the purple, or should I just make it 2 red and 2 purple? Guys?
what? It's downgraded twice, right? So it's 2 purple.
No. Okay. Yes,
yeah, I
yes.
mean, I'm giving him a choice of having 3 red or 2 red, 2 purple.
Yeah, because there's still the purple, so I can remove the purple and I'm still left with 3 red, or I could have 2 red. What?
Get rid of as many red dice as you can.
Okay.
That is, yeah, it's... You don't want to be rolling up despairs.
Okay, so only 2 red. Got it. So, we're all good?
Yeah.
Alright, hold on
Spark.
to your nuts, I guess.
Spark, do you have any input to put into this role, or...
No, Spark's not good at talking to people at all.
Okay.
Hold
Okay.
on to your nuts.
Okay. Cross your fingers, guys.
Consider them crossed.
Okay, so 2 successes, 1 advantage, but 1 despair.
I'm really mulling this over. After a moment, he's like, "Your story checks out. I just the thing that I can't get my head around is if they knew that there was data on it, why would Ugnaughts erase it? That doesn't make sense to me. Every Ugnaught I've ever met was a money-grubbing and want to collect all of the schematics they could find. Well, you must know some interesting Ugnaughts.
Indeed.
Do you happen to have a contact for them?
Sadly, no. We met them briefly when we went to handle some work out in the swamps, sir.
Well, it's the swamps, so it's the lower city, the undercity, correct?
Correct.
We have to make sure that these Ugnaughts don't know certain things. Thank you for your honesty. We will. We will have contact again when you return. Have a safe trip.
Now it's time to kill them all.
So yeah, the despair is basically like he's gonna send a bunch of shock troops down to fuck around with people.
They're just building like, you know, a droid. They're like do 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 do, and then they just get mercilessly slaughtered.
Yeah, maybe not slaughtered, but it'll come up again.
Okay, so are we docking with the Death Star to drop off these supplies, or are we heading to Ord Mantell to drop off these supplies?
He's like, go to Ord Mantell.
Okay.
Let's have this meeting over comms. You have you have business to attend to.
Yes. Okay, so I have to make a, I believe, an astrogation check. Why did you roll?
I'm supposed to do that every session. I just didn't do it yet.
Okay, you scared me. That's why.
Could you tell me about that obligation I triggered, Liam? Responsibility to what?
Me?
No, it's Liam's.
Oh, Liam's. Okay.
It was back at the people of the town, as well as Obi-Wan, I believe, but I think...
That worked out fucking perfectly. Alright, so yeah, you're gonna know that before you get too far out, you might want to tell your nut buddies to fucking hide or something.
I'll probably do that. Be like, hey guys, there might be some trouble headed your way.
What do you mean? We never have any trouble. We
Yeah,
always get the best tech.
Yeah, this is of the Imperial Death kind.
Imperials don't care about this trash. What are you talking about?
They're about to care about your trash. Can I make a charm check, please? See if I could persuade them to figure out that.
You don't have to. I'm just kind of overplaying that. It's like frustrating. It takes a few minutes for them to agree with you. You can if you want. If you want, like, the entertainment of the check results. But...
Sure, why not? Just for funsies.
Okay, they trust you, so it's a 1 difficulty check.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it sounds like you mean business. Well, we'll make sure that only regular customers know where to find us.
Can I use that triumph and success and advantage towards giving them some extra time to do so?
Yeah.
Excellent. So they have an easier time hiding from Imperials and whatnot. Neat.
Okay, that was actually really serendipitous that got triggered right after the despair that would have triggered it. So your first stop is Ord Mantell. It's in the core worlds. You're looking at about 3 days travel on your rank 2 hyperdrive.
Okay, so
unless you want to totally ignore that shit and go straight to where you want to go.
Imagine being straightforward.
I imagine that we should do the drop off on that and say, like, maybe we got like an emergency call or something. I don't know. Like, okay, so should I do a do you need to do any astrogation or anything to make sure we get there safely, or?
Oh yeah, I meant to. You hired on an astrogator.
A navigator. A navigator.
He can roll if you want.
Yeah.
He's pretty good at it.
Yeah, obviously, but I am gonna give him a help with that while also piloting.
Okay. So your first trip, so that's really rather simple. The computer pulls up a path that'll take 5 days. He tinkers with it a little bit, and by the time you've left the Oort cloud of the Terra system, he's updated it, and it will take 3.5 days.
Okay.
Actually, that's what he updates to it. But when it's time to like hit hyperspace, he says, "Oh, just 1 second. I have another option. We will arrive only a few hours ahead of schedule if we take this alternate route, but it will catch in a galactic updrift that will make journey to your next destination take less time. Which would you prefer?"
I think we should take the easy path.
What fun does ever come of the easy path? No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Oh, they're both easy. It's just point and click.
It's
Which
pretty
one do you
quick.
mean by easy?
Okay, wait. Say the options again.
So option 1, we get to Ord Mantell in 3.5 days.
Okay.
Option 2, we get to Ord Mantell in like almost 5 days, but we'll arrive at a time that will make the trip to like Zip Space. Like it, I forget the name of the planet, but it's right next to Korriban. Make the trip to the second planet in like you'll shave off 2 days from that trip. So you shave off more time, slightly more time if you hold off on that and apply it to the next trip.
Let's save some time, shall we?
So we're all in agreement with that? We're all in agreement?
I mean, obviously I am.
Yeah, CD,
if
Felicity.
If you would like my professional opinion, sir, Ord Mantell has been at war with itself for the last 10,000 years. I think we would all like to leave that system as quickly as possible.
So either we go there for the 3 days to drop it off and then leave and then head to the other planet, or we use that to go to the other planet and then that. But the thing is, we're transporting food and the food could go bad. So I suggest we do Ord Mantell, then we go to the other planet.
As you wish, sir. Then I suggest you program your hyperdrive to the following coordinates.
I type that in.
Alright, and you're off. In 3.5 days' time, you'll arrive at Ord Mantell. That'll be 48 plus 12, 60 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Clock is set to arrival at Ord Mantell. And Ord Mantell is a Tycho planet, so it's surprisingly warm.
Okay.
So you arrive at Ord Mantell in 3.5 days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You get a automatic greeting. Welcome to Ord Mantell. The most welcome to Ord Mantell, known to be the greatest training ground in the core world's territory. And it like shows like casualty numbers of like rebel traitors, casualty numbers of Imperial heroes, and it's like obviously at war. You're recommended to dock in one of these places. If you don't, then the following galactic insurance companies will not cover you.
Oh my god.
Like, I don't know if you know much about Ord Mantell.
Yeah, basically we do what's recommended.
Space Gecko won't cover us?
Well, like your insurance won't cover if you like go land in like Mantel Village or something, because it's a war zone. All right, give me just a second. 6, 5, and 20. Okay, there are 3 bounties that are offered as soon as you enter the Imperial-controlled side of the planet, whose headquarters is at a place called Manet Point on an island south of the main continent. There is a 5,000 reward to apprehend a Hutt cartel associated Wookiee gladiator who has been known to step outside of the gladiatorial ring and collect debts. It doesn't say that on the ticket, but it's kind of obvious that some people have made bets, and some Imperial officers have made bets, and they couldn't pay them, so this guy was sent to like beat them up. They want this guy arrested so that they can get away with their debts to the Hutt cartel. That's one bounty. Another bounty is a member of SIS has been kidnapped by the Rebel Alliance. His safe return is worth 15,000 credits. And there's a bounty from Jabba the Hutt. Return alive Han Solo to me for 937,000 credits.
Jesus, great.
937?
So who's up to go on Han Solo?
Dead 50,000.
Okay.
Special bonuses awarded for his Wookiee pet.
Oh.
So I know
Which
He
what
almost
means-
has 1,000,000 credits. Holy fuck.
I rolled a 20, dude. And 20 is heroic character. Han Solo, Talon Karde, Corian Horn, etc.
So I know what we're doing this session.
Huh?
So I know who we're going after this session.
So
I
now,
don't
now the
think that-
game has changed. You're not doing the adventure. You're looking for Han Solo.
I think that's a terrible idea. As much as I'd like the money, that is just... We're gonna get our asses handed to us.
I think we could beat Han Solo.
I genuinely doubt it.
There's a list of aliases, and it's like 20 pages long. So yeah, welcome to Ord Mantell. Land at
Welcome
Manet
to Ord
Point.
Mantell, motherfucker.
You land at Manet Point, and while you're there, like one of the buildings in the village gets hit by artillery and catches on fire. The naval officers taking the supplies off your ship are like, "Oh, don't worry about that. We got that under control."
Yeah, under control.
So yeah, I ain't got nothing prepared for this fight. I just rolled random shit. Han Solo came up. I didn't know you were going to spend time here. My bad.
Spark will save the Han Solo bounty to her datapad.
Yeah, what do you guys want to do anything? You just stay on your ship and take off, or what?
So the other bounties, okay, so it was Han Solo. The other one was a Wookiee, which we're going to assume is Chewbacca.
No, this is a different Wookiee. His name is Rogan the Slicer.
Okay.
Chewbacca is a bonus worth 200,000 credits on the Han Solo bounty.
Oh, okay,
Rogan
okay, so...
the Slicer is a Hutt-associated Wookiee gladiator who is collecting debts from Imperial personnel.
Okay, does the bounty specify his last known, whereabouts on the planet?
Associates are the Jorguna clan, Mantelian operations assumed to be handled by a Deveronian simply known as Lucifer. And
Wow.
he lives in the Savrip Desert, about 250 kilometers away from where you're at.
I then say to the crew, well, we have some bounties. We could either do that, or continue doing our primary objective, or we do our objective, come back here, make some extra cash, and then return back to Tarkin. Yes, and the missing SIS agent, yes.
Missing SIS agent bounty is worth 9,000, and Rogan Slicer is worth 6,000.
Okay, so SIS agent 9,000, rookie gladiator 6,000. Okay, so we have 2 potential targets we could do.
Wait, these are on this planet though, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we going somewhere else for the temple, or is it temple on this planet too?
It's the place you're going is somewhere else completely. I just roll like if it's a planet that's kind of seedy, I roll what's going on, and that's what I rolled. I didn't know it was going to be that interesting. I'm sorry.
Mark will speak up and just say, I think we should focus on the main mission we have. It seems kind of time sensitive for the moment.
And I say, very well. So Morvis is going to log all the bounties available on the planet into the data pad that she has, as well as the main computer of the Endar Spire, and we're going to basically contact mission control of Ord Mantell Orbital, saying that we are preparing to take off and leave orbit and the system.
Alright.
Okay, it takes about 5 hours to unload everything, so it's like midday, and you're taking off.
Yeah, and we're going to take off, and we're going to head to that other planet. And how long would it take for us to do that?
Oh, wouldn't you know it? So you get up in the you're getting up in the orbit, and he's calculating. You know, boss there's no pressure, so he's eating a donut and kind of slowly figuring out the best route. And you get a hail from Redbeard the Brave.
Redbeard the Brave?
Yeah.
Who the hell is Redbeard the Brave?
That's a good question.
Do you want me to patch it through, sir?
I then say, patch it through, yes.
The screen picks up. There's a human with an enormous red beard with little candles and wax stuck in it. And he's like, all right, I'll make this quick. You stand and deliver. We only take 10% of your cargo and nobody gets hurt.
Okay, question. Out of character. So we left orbit and we are already leaving.
You're in orbit, and Adrian, not thinking that there were pirates around here because he wouldn't, because he's not very bright, was like slowly coming up with a plan. Like got out his abacus and everything. Like he wasn't sweating to come up with a plan really quickly. Now he's starting to type numbers really fast.
Okay. This planet, Ord Mantell, there is an Imperial presence, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I then say on comms, and I then say, if anyone wants to also help me with this, to sell this, if we could, I'm just gonna say, okay, what was this guy's name again? Redbeard
the Brave.
Redbeard the Brave. Okay, I then say, Redbeard the Brave. I will only say this once, and only once. do not mess with us. After all, we are on a type of an errand for someone that you should really, really know called Grand Moff Tarkin. And if you do not know much about his career, I suggest you research that and then try your luck against us some other time. So with that,
That's
the
coercion.
yeah, but may I ask that he succeeded, so that means we are able to basically jump into hyperspace before they could do anything, correct?
No. He'll have calculations ready in 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay.
Spark would also like to add in, you don't think you want to mess with the Vizsla clan either. We are not the most pleasant when you hurt one of our own.
Okay, Spark, do you have, what's your coercion?
Yeah, make you
That's a good
mess
question.
forward.
I think it's 3 green. Let me check. Yeah, 3 green.
Okay, do you want to do it because my coercion is 2 green?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you're looking at 2 red for the space pirate.
Could I get any boosts for the Vizsla name being kind of well known?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I am helping Spark, so that
Yeah.
would also have an extra boost.
That's 2 boosts, but I'm gonna spend a dark side point, and you have to upgrade the difficulty one because he just drank some liquid courage.
Oh boy. Liquid courage, that is not a good sign.
Alright, does anyone else want to add anything in to give us another boost?
I can't really think of anything. How threatening is an old veteran, really?
Alright. Hey!
Okay.
Well, I don't exactly buy that you're on mission for old Wilhuff, but you got spirit, kid. I'll tell you what, anyone tries to board your vessel in this sector, you tell them to go through me.
Very well. Thank you.
All calculations will be complete in 92 seconds, sir.
I get us out of orbit and in space, and I say, when it is complete, let's get out of here quickly. I'd rather not have any other issues.
Okay, so when it's complete, you guys jump. Now this is let me go back. That was a little bit rough of a check. Now it was already going to be long. Like it was going to be like 2 weeks before you got there. It's going to be a little bit more than 2 weeks, like probably 2 weeks from now, but the evening of that day. Because there was just a lot of congestion along the route he wanted to take. So he's got you guys taking a kind of back route to avoid the congestion. And if you question like his route, he'll actually go through the calculations. This does take less time because the congestion's so bad. It's lowered it's like half the available hyperspace available, so it'll like slow your FTL travel to a point that it makes more sense to just travel around it.
Okay.
I don't know how this shit works. I'm sorry, I never looked into how fucking hyperspace works, but
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing before I started running my game, and I'm like, oh, shit, this is important.
but I think it works something like that. I've heard people talking about there's too much travel, so I'm going with it. Anyway, so yeah, he shows you his calculations. It makes sense to go this route, although it's unconventional. It will add another like 8 hours to your travel time, but when you're talking in 2 weeks, it's not really a whole lot.
Yeah. So we do that, and we arrive there 2 weeks later.
And you have ample supplies to do so. All right, it is 12:10. Do we want to start the adventure now, or do we want to wait?
I say we start it, unless you guys
I'm
wanna
down.
wait.
I'm down. Or
I'm
whatever.
fine with it, yeah.
You with us, CB? How are you doing?
If you check the Discord...
Oh, she's extremely tired. Okay, let's not go more than like after the first encounter then. Let's do kind of a meet halfway.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sound good?
Yep.
Alright. Okay, so there's no kind of greeting package. Normally when you enter a system, there's radio that comes on, you get a hail, and if you accept it, it tells you all the news, the bounties in the area, all kinds of stuff. You're used to this, most of you being Imperial or ex-military, but nothing like that happens. When you enter space for the planet... God, what the fuck is the name of this weird-ass planet? Scafril or something like that. When you enter like the outer system and you're like on your ion drives, nothing comes up. It's that world. If you run scans, you're looking at maybe 100,000 residents of the planet. Maybe. It's very sparsely populated.
Maybe, possibly, perhaps.
Yeah, like it's less than 100,000 people. So I'm saying it's like backwater as it gets. It would be like Tatooine, only it's like Seattle weather. Tatooine population. Does that make sense?
Okay, I'm then gonna say, tell everybody to get weapons prepped, just in case we have any other encounters with pirates. Just in case.
Everything... We've got everyone suited. So, we don't have any kind of flight plan for entry. What do you want to do, sir?
Okay, can I assume that ship that had CB's kid is within our hangar, correct?
Yeah.
No, she's following you. So she stopped at Lord Mantell and was there like an hour or so after you, and you're communicating the hyperspace information to her.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that we wish to use her ship so we could travel down to the surface, because we rather not land a large ship onto the surface without knowing any details.
So your comm with her is fraught with a lot of noise. Yeah, this place, I don't know if you've done any kind of preliminary scans, but they don't have shit for infrastructure on this planet. I don't think you can land that ship down there.
So is it possible that we could use your ship for this as well?
Yeah, I can dock with you. I found a couple places we could land on my ship. We've got it's a little cold, so you're going to want to put on your winter clothes if you've got them. But it's pretty safe. It's in a little valley. And the coordinates the old man gave me are only a few kilometers from there, where this temple's supposed to be. You're looking for these people?
Yes.
Okay, so she docks with your ship. You can all board and head down.
Yeah.
And we'll just say, because we're planning on calling it after this encounter, Bran and what's her name, stay on board the ship to like monitor if any other vessels come in the area.
Yeah.
Okay, so the bounty hunter ship lands, and she says, "I'll be nearby. They don't have any infrastructure, so I'll probably be within 25 kilometers. But I'm gonna hit the sky, see if I can find any kind of settlements here. Okay."
Understood. Okay,
Sounds good.
so we land, and
You stand at the bottom of a steep stone rise clad in snow and ice. Not especially tall, but you will need to brave the elements and exert yourself to reach the top. There is no docking bay or any kind of local infrastructure that would allow even the smaller Pellin's ship to land here. Path continues upwards in a tight switchback exposed to howling winds. To your left, several stands of evergreen brush against the cliff face, and to your right, smaller trees cling to cracks in the rock. A more direct route would be to scramble straight up the rocks and ice into the valley above. In any event, you will have to go up if you're going to find out what happened in this temple. How do you want to proceed?
I say we do the one that won't prove much risk, because we don't know what we're walking into.
Well, I mean, they're all kind of risky. It's not a super sheer cliff. And in fact, if you've got climbing gear, it's pretty safe to just try to scale it. It's just kind of what skill you're using. You could try to scale the cliff, and that's obviously going to be athletics. You could instead take the pass and try to cling to the trees on the side for balance, and that would be like a coordination check. You could look around, try to find like a natural pathway, something that wildlife uses. That'd be a survival check.
I'm definitely doing the survival check to find a good natural way to pass up the mountain.
Yeah, please do that.
Okay. This is going to be to perform. This is going to be a 1 difficulty survival check.
Okay. Oh, fantastic.
Alright, hang on a second. So you don't find... Unfortunately, it seems the wildlife tends to stick to the tree line. So, after spending a couple of hours hoping that maybe there's something not apparent, unfortunately it looks like anything that lives on this cliff is going to be adept at climbing, so there's really no way to do this without sweat. You can either try to climb across the tree line, which seems to be more well tread, or you can try to like rig climbing devices and scale the cliff, which would be faster.
Sadly, we do not have any climbing gear.
Yeah, that is rather unfortunate.
Well, I mean, you could jury rig climbing gear out of like, just gear that you're carrying.
I'm assuming that would probably be like a mechanics check to do that.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
That would also be difficulty 1. You're just trying to find a good rope and something to nail into the rock.
Sure.
Can I help him do that?
We're good.
Well, never mind.
You actually do well enough that you could scale the cliff with these ropes and the rock nails that he's kind of jerry-rigged out of his survival gear. You could use that without an athletics check. It'll just take you about 30 minutes to get up the side of the mountain.
Ooh. What's the difficulty of the athletics check?
There won't be one, because you did well enough with the mechanics check.
I see.
So yeah, we climb up using the climbing system that Liam made.
Having reached the top of this steep climb, you can pause for a moment to take in the view. You are now quite high up the slopes of the mountains, and spread out around you is a tapestry of icy peaks, snow-clad forests, and rolling hills. Above you still is the foreboding summit of Mount Telek, reachable only by passing through a densely wooded valley. You figure it's at least another hour of hard going before you reach the temple. Hopefully, you will find that there's just trouble with their communication equipment. But before you can resume your hike, a flickering, ghostly figure starts to appear in what looked like a pile of rocks, but on the second look that's drawn by the ghostly figure appearing, you can see kind of a ruined and rusted bottom of like a holocron station, like a hollow station, coming to life. A man appears before you, ghostly and in robes. His head is cone-shaped. One difficulty xenology check to recognize the species. And he's wearing simple robes.
What was the check for xenology?
One difficulty.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that.
It's a Sarayan to bring people.
I see.
Silvery figure greets you. Hello, I am the gatekeeper. Welcome to my valley. You handled your climb well. You employed unconventional tactics. You may prove useful. But before I can know the answer to that, what is your purpose here?
It would seem one of our comrades has made their way to this planet and have disappeared. We're not quite sure what might have happened to them, and we are investigating to get them back.
Oh. Then, it is fortuitous you have come. Unfortunately, I am one of many artifacts. My physical being have long since left the material parts of the galaxy. I am one of many prized collections of the teacher you seek. Unfortunately, you are not going to find her in the temple, but you may find clues. One of her students kidnapped her and used treachery to trick and bind her assistants and drug them to another sacred place. And he gestures with his hand to that far-off valley that I was describing before. Looks like it's an hour away. There is the old site that he seeks to force them to unlock for his personal gain. If I were with you, I would be glad to shoulder this burden. Alas, I am not.
I see. So there is more to be cautious of further inside.
Across the way is the temple I used to inhabit. It is currently occupied by a servant of the dark side of the Force. I wish this villain removed before his corruption of the sacred valley becomes permanent. The question is, of course, whether you are the correct people for this task.
I see. As for right now, our interests are mutual, so I will try my best to, well, me and my friends here will try our best to get rid of this Darksider, though I understand your caution and waveriness towards individuals you have yet to meet properly and have a full or a better understanding of the Darksider that resides within the temple.
Out of character, can I ask this? Yeah. Okay, so the system of how this individual is talking to us, it is a holocron, or is it a like an actual computer station? And are we still climbing, or did we reach the top?
You're at the top of the mountain where the like training facility you were going for is,
Okay.
and you're like about 30 minutes from it. You can see it. He's saying, "Well, unfortunately, what you're looking for is not there. A servant of the dark side has turned against his teacher and kidnapped her, taken her to my valley," and he gestures to the valley I described early on, like an hour and a half from here, hard climb. Unfortunately, took her and many of the other students by force in an attempt to unlock the secrets I studied, secrets which will only harm him as he's not ready to learn.
Okay, so like as I said, out of character, is this a holocron?
Yeah, it's an old datacron. Like it's actually, you can pull it out of there. You've got a datacron.
So basically, if we take it out, he will be able to communicate with us, correct?
If you're able to unlock and operate the holocron, yes.
Okay, I then
Some lore checks and stuff like that.
a what check?
It often requires like lore and education and stuff because they usually have some like a puzzle associated with them. Right now, it's in an unlocked state inside of this computer.
Okay.
But if you take it out, you're gonna have to unlock it again, and you might not be able to do that.
Okay, so I just say, is there anything of usefulness here in your training grounds that could help us with this task that you are asking us to do?
Well, I am here, and I can help to determine if you are ready for this type of trial, or if you're not. You see, I'm not going to give you directly to the temple to aid you.
Wait, what?
Unless I know.
Wait, say that again. Say that again. You cut out.
Hang on. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yes, I can be of use to you. I can determine if you are ready for this type of trial. Because if you're not, then it only risks hurting.
I doubt there's anything we ain't ready for.
Confidence can be a mark of peace, but it can also be a mark of arrogance.
You just, I guess everybody would notice, but Morbet's kind of like clenches her fist, and then lets go and sighs.
Who has sent you here? What friend? Why do you feel you're ready to delve into ancient secrets and emerge unscathed? The hologram turns to the quite self-confident young Jedi, I guess. I mean, you're kind of there, I guess. And says, "You seem quite confident. Why do you think that this holds no danger for you?"
Well, listen, I've been through a lot. I doubt there's anything in that temple that's worse than what I've already seen.
This young student is very strong in the dark side.
And I'm very strong in the power of fist punching.
Oh, so you will overcome darkness with your skill at arms. The ghostly figure steps off of the projector, much to everyone's amazement, but remains. Then show me. And he like takes kind of a very ancient martial arts stance. I am your opponent. How will you defeat me?
Spark just goes up and punches it.
Okay, so we'll make an opposed brawl check. He is more of a instructor, so it's not his best skill, but he's decent. He's gonna use his lightsaber form to not use his brawn, though. because it's broad as shit.
I'll commit enhance to.
Hey, he's a ghost. What could we expect, really?
He's gonna use his I'll be fair. I won't use like his wisdom. I won't do Nemon. I'll do Ataru. So your difficulty will be 2 purple, 1 red, and you can sit here and think about how you want to enhance your die pool.
Can I double aim for stream?
Yeah.
I will also use enhance.
Okay. Help. So roll your force die. 2. I mean, you'll handily defeat him, but give me your force die as well. So, just for narrative purposes, you feel that it would be a violation of the contest or something. You feel like basically the energy doesn't want to aid you, but you can make it aid you. You can give into like your emotions to win a challenge and completely body this guy as opposed to simply defeat him.
She's gonna body him.
All right, so you bite into the dark side, and you will say, we'll take 2 of the advantages and give you a triumph for it. So you've got a triumph and 3 advantages. How do you want to spend those? I mean, you'll beat this guy, but narratively, what do you want to do?
For the advantage, just looks super badass. Like she looks as if she has to put no effort into this to just completely punch this projection.
Target is disabled. So you could like basically completely disable the target and strike him.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Falls to his knees and says, "You are very gifted in the art of war. I have no fear that you will defeat any enemy that you seek. I do find it troubling, though, that you are so quick to let your emotions rule you."
What? What emotion? You're talking crazy talk now.
Don't you dare tell me my weakness.
I was a teacher, young one. Do you think I could not sense you diving into your base need to show off?
I think you're getting a little crazy in your old age.
William laughs a little bit as he comments on showing off.
I will be glad to assist you. I see that even if I did not, you would force your way to the temple anyway. And perhaps my assistance will help you let cooler heads prevail when there are challenges.
I'm a Mandalorian. I am the coolest head.
No, you're not.
I will gladly tell you the sequence to disengage this holocron so you can bring it with you.
Okay, but
I'll
before
figure it out
that,
myself.
yeah, but before that, Morvisis is actually going to approach the figure and just says to Liam and Spark, and I say, "May I have a moment with the entity for a moment? I wish to ask him something."
Yeah,
Sure,
I'll be
by all
alone,
means.
friend.
So I am alone with this entity, and I'm gonna say, "How much can you teach people?"
I believe that this recent order, they call themselves the Jedi. They have used me to talk about philosophy and discipline. My specialities before passing were to maintain oneself, to be mindful of the present. I was also a scholar. I know much of the history of the galaxy.
She crosses her arms. I have taken the responsibility of caring for a individual that has the mystic powers of the so-called Force, but she was not exactly born in the light side. But I believe she has the potential to grow and to be wise. But I worry that I may not be enough. Ever since my time being trained within the military, I always had this feeling that something was unsettling. It was only then when I met this individual that this feeling guided me to flee and protect this individual. Is this... And she kind of pauses, looks to the side. Is this what the Force feels like?
The Force reaches out to each sentient in a different way. What you described does remind me of feelings I felt when I was young. I would be glad to help you raise this child. But first, there is a pressing matter. We must protect this young man from himself. Agreed?
She looks up and says, agreed. Tell me how I can remove you from this construct.
And he gives you the sequence to the puzzle, so you don't have to make any rolls. And it says you just disengage it, pick it up, and carry it with you.
Alright. I do that. Question. Could I do a quick perception check on the training grounds to see if I could find anything?
Sure.
What's the check? Like difficulty?
2.
2?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well, thought if I could find anything of interest that could help us, but, you know, doesn't matter.
You could attempt to escalate it.
Sure, why not? I'll escalate. I'm basically trying to look for any training, whatchamacallits, sticks or something. Okay, so it's gonna be 2 yellow, 1 green, 1 red, and 1 purple, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do not mess with me, I'm trying to have a great moment here, game. Yes, better.
Okay, you find... If you want to spend the advantages on finding some, like, bow staves, sure.
Yeah, I basically want to find, like, a whole staff. Like a quarter staff, bow staff, something like that.
Yeah, you find a perfectly balanced bow staff that looked like it was used in training of martial arts.
What's the material made out of?
Cedar.
Cedar, as in a type of wood.
Yes.
Okay. I do that,
So,
and
someone hits it with a lightsaber, it turns into a twig.
Wait, what?
Someone hits it with a lightsaber, it bursts into flames. Like, yeah.
Well, obviously. But yeah.
Okay.
So I rejoined the others
also-
with Holocron. Yeah.
Also, you have successes, so you're able to find out there was a scuffle here, and you can see burn marks on the walls that are similar to burn marks you've seen by compatriots of yours wielding laser swords. There was a pretty nasty fight here. Spilled blood of 2 completely different blood types. You'd have to roll medicine or xenology to find out, but one of the one color of blood is green and one is red, so it's obviously from 2 different species. Yeah. Like, something really nasty happened here. People were drug out after after this big fight that someone lost badly. They may be they may be seriously injured.
Okay. So Morvis rejoins with Spark and Liam and tells them everything except for the conversation between her and the entity. She is keeping that a secret. But she tells everybody what she found when she did the perception check, that there could be 2 possibly injured individuals and should request medical on the ship when Reva's sister comes to pick them up.
Yeah, so she's basically in contact with you, and if you need evac, she can show up for it.
Yeah.
She's nearby.
Yeah. So, do we wish to leave, or do we want to investigate the training grounds more? Because I investigated. It's up to everybody else.
Alright.
I don't. I'm up for either way. I don't have any preferences.
Okay. So, we come for the pickup and probably on our way back to, I guess the Endar Spire, because we probably want to get everybody here with us. So I would say we could end the session here, getting inside the ship.
You're heading to the ship. You're not heading towards the temple.
Well, I mean, we would need more people to come with us because, like, I guess we're going to assume that, everybody was within the bounty hunter's ship. We're going to assume that, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, if that's what y'all want to do, we can...
I'm just saying because, you know, like, if some people can't make it, then we'll say, hey, for the people that did not make it, they're still on the Endar Spire.
I mean, if that I mean, it is pretty late. It's probably a good time for it.
Yeah. But yeah, we are going to head to the coordinates that the Datacron pointed us to. So we're gonna fly there with the people that are on board with us, which we're going to assume is everybody that is within the party.
Okay. I mean, does everyone agree to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well, then we'll stop it there.
Yeah, so we get 10 XP, that's...
I was about to spend some dark side points. That's a good time to stop.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll spend my XP and we'll call it a day. So, yeah, it was very fun.
So, you might want to write this down. The Datacron serves as a mentor for the following skills for anyone.
Okay,
Knowledge, lore, cool, and discipline.
Okay, so the Datacron offers what?
If, when raising one of these following skills, you consult the Datacron's knowledge, you can. It costs 1 less XP per rank.
Okay, so
And
if
this is anyone,
raising...
force sensitive or not. Knowledge lore, knowledge education, cool, discipline.
Okay, discipline. So if raising these things, we get a subtraction of how much it would cost?
Yeah, it's 1 XP per rank. It costs less 1 XP.
Cost less 1 XP.
Yep.
But seeing that it would practically cost 5 XP.
No, not 5. 1. So let's say you're raising discipline from 4 to 5, right? And let's let's say it's a career skill, so that would be 5 times 5, 25, minus 1, 24. Okay, it's not minus 1 per rank, there's no multiplier. It's just each time you buy a rank, it costs 1 less XP. Okay?
Okay.
No multiplier, no funny business.
Okay,
Just
so there's no multiplier. So basically, if there's like the thing where hey, it's going to shit.
Anytime you buy a rank, it costs 1 less XP.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Not 1 less XP per rank, just 1 less XP.
1 less XP. Got it. Thank you. So,
But you do have to narrate, like you turn on the hologram and then ask it about meditation techniques or some bullshit.
Okay.
To get that benefit. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
It also has some force powers, but it doesn't feel like sharing them right now because it's only seen a rash display of the dark side.
Well, so, by one individual, not more business.
I'll force it to share its powers.
In the book, it says that he's kind of a pompous dick, so I'm just playing that. Oh, well, you have much to learn before I teach you anything else. First, we're going to talk about meditation techniques, you know?
Oh, not meditation techniques.
But yeah, so I'll see you guys next week, and hopefully we'll have the entire group with us this time.
Oh, wait, I forgot.
What?
It's only 2 conflict because it was just like pride and arrogance, but you need to roll a d10 and see if you can get above 2.
And now I have gotten significantly better at slinging guns.
Spark needs to roll a d10.
How do I do
that? Well, let's see if we can do it because I left the fucking thing. We'll see if we can do it in Discord.
I did it in the game.
What did you roll?
A 1.
Okay, well then, like, it kind of pisses. However you want to interpret it, maybe it pisses you off. This guy's like telling you need discipline or whatever, but your pride gets to you and your morality goes down by 1 point.
All right.
So yeah.
Alright, I'll see you guys on the flip side.
Yep. See you later.
Yeah. Good night.